down to what's being called a crisis, a health crisis in this country. The U.S. has the worst maternal mortality rate among developed nations, and that's disproportionately affecting black women.
And now there is a new documentary called Aftershock, and it's shedding light on this issue in the hopes of invoking change and saving lives. Take a look.
Omari, I can't speak for you, but I'm mourning growing old with my daughter.
Yeah, definitely.
We were 20 years apart, and the women in my family live a long time, so I anticipated being 90 and her being 70 and getting on each other's nerves in that space. You know, so mourning what could have been is also very real.
And joining us now are Omari Maynard and co-director of Aftershock, Tonya Lewis-Lee. Thank you both for being with us. This is just mind-blowing to a lot of people, and yet such an important topic because knowledge is power, knowledge can equal change. And Omari, I know that you are mourning the loss of your partner 3 years after your son was born. Tell us, we know why it was important, but how you came to the decision to share something so personal and so tragic. That couldn't have been easy.
It wasn't easy at all. But what made it digestible for me was the fact that I just wanted to make sure that people knew who Shamani Gibson was. I wanted to make sure that, you know, even though she passed, that her legacy would continue, but also to let people know that she was gone too soon. She had so many more things to do with her life.
Tonya, how do we move the needle with the documentary? We tell stories, and awareness is one part of it, but how do we actually get from this film that's been made to implementing what type of changes in our healthcare system?
Yeah, well, I think the first thing is we have to have the conversation, and we have to be aware that it's happening out here and talk about it. And then I think everybody has to find how they work, I mean, and what they can do. For me, it was making the film. For others, it's going to be talking to legislators. There's a group of omnibus bills right now that are moving through Congress. Voting Matters, who's in the office, helps make for laws and change. And I think really supporting the work of people like Omari, Bruce McIntyre, who's in the film, Shawnee Gibson, they're doing amazing work out there. There are reproductive justice warriors already doing this work, and I think it's about really finding them and really supporting them.
And you know, I think part of the reason that we're in this situation, this crisis, which is a national embarrassment really in this country, is because there's a misconception that you're dealing primarily with young, healthy women, and that 99% of the time things will come out well. And then when these women start to bring their complaints, I don't feel right, or if something feels wrong, we've seen it run the gamut from Serena Williams to doctors to nurses. They're not listened to. And I've seen disasters occur at home births. I've seen disasters occur in hospital births. What do you think, Tonya, from your research and this experience you've had of making this documentary, doctors and midwives need to do differently in this country?
Well, Jen, I think you just said it. You know, really what we discovered, most of these, first of all, 60% of these deaths are preventable deaths. And these women were looking for help. Omari and Shamani went looking for help because Shamani didn't feel well. But people didn't hear her. They didn't see her. So I would say that doctors and healthcare providers really need to listen. They need to see when black women show up and say they're not feeling well, figure out what's really going on with them. Don't dismiss them. Be in partnership with their patients. You know, I think often in our country, we tend to, it's doctors down talking to their patients as opposed to, you know your body better than anybody else. Let's be in partnership here to figure out what's really going on with you.
Tamar, how are you doing? And how's the little one doing?
You know, the kids are great. The kids are awesome. I have a beautiful community, a great family that helps out as often as I need them to. So, but even with that, they are also driving me crazy because they're 2 and 5. That's what they're supposed to do. But they're doing great. I feel like, you know, I really do honestly feel like we are covered. And, you know, I don't take that lightly because I know, like, for a fact that there are other fathers, other families who just don't have the same, you know, community, the same experiences that I have.
What do you tell them about Mama?
Oh, Mom is everywhere. Like, I painted a million pictures of her, so she's all around the house. You know, they get a good understanding that she, even though her physical presence is not there, she's there spiritually with them. They have an opportunity to engage with her all the time, as much as they want to through our altar. So it's not even really me telling them about, their mother. It is them creating the experiences with her.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the loss is felt every day.
Definitely, definitely, every day. Every day, I mean, there are days I cry, there are days that I emote, there are days that I feel horrible, just for the simple fact that I wish we could have an argument, like for the simple fact that I wish I could get up and make her breakfast because that's what she liked, when things happened, when things were going wrong, I'd make sure I cooked because she loved to eat, it's things like that that make me sad, but at the same time I do, and Dr. Jen talked about it as well, just about, having, your holistic energies that you use, like your mantras, I go to a therapist, I create art, I work out, and these are a lot of different things that allow me to move my grief in a positive way.
Thank you for that perspective. You don't hear a guy say that often. I wish I could have an argument with my partner, but that's perspective, man.
Yeah,
so we appreciate you sharing your story and what you all both are doing. Omari, Tonya, thank you all so much. And look, anytime you all can reach out to us, we are a part of making sure this conversation continues as well. So we are a part of the solution as well. So thank you both.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
And Aftershock, an original documentary from Eyes Collective and ABC News Studio, streams today, July 19th on.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.